y'all, before I went, you couldn't pay me to look a Juco's way. At that time, we couldn't just, how y'all got this transfer portal, we couldn't just hop in the portal. If I wanted to transfer somewhere, I would have had to sit out. And I was not about that sitting out life. Y'all, I hate to break it to you, but there are some Jucos that got better campuses than some of these D1s. Some of y'all would rather your athlete go to a D1 and be unhappy, not play, than say they at a Juco. And then when I was playing, now I'm not that old, but when I was playing, like, Juco was not even in the limelight that it's in now. I feel like some of it is like parents don't really know and don't understand Juco, but the other part of it, I feel like it's your ego. And you need to make sure that it is a coach that cares about your goals. If your goal is to be one and done, be honest about that. Be realistic about that. Talk to your coach and see what they think about that. Welcome to It's Just Different podcast. We bring on people who have been where you're trying to go and or have helped countless athletes get there. I'm your host, Ashley Roberts, your favorite coach who don't coach teams. I just coach the parents to help y'all navigate y'all athletes' journey. And we are back. B-A-C-K. We are back with another solo episode. Y'all, I have really found the love of doing these solo episodes. Y'all always message me after the solo episodes of just how much you enjoy them. And did I do one last month? I think I did. I think I've been on track to do one once a month. This is for October. This is my birthday month. Y'all, I'm still celebrating my birthday. I don't know about y'all, but I celebrate my birthday every single month. So, and y'all can help me celebrating by liking this video, dropping a comment. That's how y'all can help me celebrate my birthday. But this episode ain't about my birthday. It is about Juco. We are talking about Juco today. I feel like Juco is still not getting the love that it needs. I feel like a lot of people are missing opportunities of going Juco. So I want to talk about it. Today we are going to talk about really just what Juco is, how it can help, what's the benefits. Talk about some of the events that's been going on in Juco Jamboree. Y'all see I got my iPad, I got my notes. And yeah, let's really get right into it. Juco, what is Juco? Juco is junior college, right? Most of us pretty much already know that it's junior college. It is a 2-year school. And you go to Juco for a lot of different reasons, right? You could be going to Juco from the academics. Your grades might not be what it needs to be. Skill, at the end of the day, you might just need to get better. You might just need to get better. So you going there for skill development. You could be going there for playing time. Like maybe you play on an AAU team that did not get the exposure that you should have gotten, or maybe you did not have the summer that you need. You might feel that you are a Division I player. This is your prime opportunity to go Juco. And at the end of the day, it's prep. It could be prep for your 4-year school, right? I feel like a lot of athletes kind of go in between. Should I go Juco? Should I go D2? What I should do? At the end of the day, y'all know what I like to say. D-free. Where is D-free? However, in my opinion, if you are going in between, you're trying to figure out if you want to go Juco, if you want to go D2 in hopes to get to that Division I level, and you've had some interest from the Division I level, you just did not get the offers, I'm going to go Juco. That's my opinion. And I'm going to tell you why I feel that way. We really going to talk about it throughout this episode, but at the end of the day, there are prime opportunities, there are events specifically for Juco schools. So, like I said, we're going to kind of get into that in a minute, but there are a lot of different reasons why somebody might go Juco. And for me, if y'all are a true supporter, if y'all a diehard, It's Just Different podcast listener, I tell this story a lot. I went Juco. I went to South Plains Junior College, and Y'all, before I went, you couldn't pay me to look a Juco's way. Like, I had the same thing. Like, and then when I was playing, now I'm not that old, but when I was playing, like, Juco was not even in the limelight that it's in now. But I had the same thing. I thought that Juco was for people who did not have good grades, and I graduated top 10% of my class. And I'm gonna be honest, I thought it was for people who wasn't good, and I was good. So like, it just was like, I'm not going Juco. I tore my ACL my junior year in high school. And I feel like that is like one of your most important years of playing. When you're talking about AAU, like your junior year is when you're really going to get recruited. That's when it matters the most. That is your last AAU season. And y'all keep looking out this window because everybody keeps waving at me. I'm at a basketball tournament literally right now. And I took a break to do this podcast episode, but this probably was not the right spot because everybody walking through, if y'all are watching this on YouTube, y'all see me keep looking at this window because everybody keep waving at me. Anyways, that's not even what we were talking about. But I just thought that Juco wasn't for me. Right? I tore my ACL my junior year in high school, and a lot of the schools that was recruiting me, they fell off. They went on to the next person because 2010, listen, our class was deep in guards. Like, we had all the guards in 2010 class. So they just went on to another guard. At the end of the day, they went on to another person. And I still had offers. Crazy. I still had some D1 offers. But Coach Mudd, RIP Coach Mudd, I was talking to him and he called me Ash Mama. He was like, Ash Mama, you need to get your knee stronger and you need to go Juco, right? First of all, before that, I kind of skipped the story. Before that, Coach Lovato, who is at Texas, Coach Lovato was at Grayson at this time. She was coming up to Duncanville pretty much every single day. And she wanted me to go to Grayson, y'all. And I was like, no, I'm not going Juco. Like, what? I'm not going Juco. So I was ignoring her. Yes, the things that I be telling y'all not to do. I was ignoring her. Like, I really did not really want to talk because I was not going Juco. I just didn't think it was for me. And then Coach Mudd had told me, like, Ash Mama, you need to go Juco. And I'm like, all right. So that night, I went and did a little bit of research. My mom and daddy didn't really know nothing about Juco. I did a little bit of research, and I saw that Cheryl Swoops went to South Plains. And Cheryl Swoops was my favorite player. I had the headband, I had the wristband, I wore 22, everything. Cheryl Swoops was my favorite player, y'all. So when I seen that she went to South Plains, I'm like, bet, I'm going to South Plains. I didn't even know nothing about South Plains at that time. I was just like, I'm going to South Plains. Cheryl Swoops went to South Plains. I went the next day in the office to Coach Self, and I was like, Coach Self, I want to go to South Plains. And she was kind of confused. And I was like, yes, can you call the coach? I want to go do a tryout, see if they offer me, blah, blah, blah. She did. Coach White was there. I went to South Plains, got the offer, obviously saw the school, and I actually liked it. Like, I liked the campus. I liked the dorms. I liked everything. And I was like, I'm going there. I'm going to South Plains.
Congratulations on taking the first step. But you need a little bit more. You need a community, the different community. Inside of this community, we got monthly calls, monthly Q&As. I'm bringing in college coaches. I'm bringing in really whoever y'all want to get your questions answered. Not only that, it's a community for parents. You get to engage with each other. You get to communicate with each other, ask questions, and go along this journey together, not alone. Y'all, the community is free for 7 days. Click the link in the description, and I'll see you on the inside.
So I had to tell some of these D1s that I was going Juco. And at that time, we couldn't just, how y'all got this transfer portal, we couldn't just hop in the portal. If I wanted to transfer somewhere, I would have had to sit out. And I was not about that sitting out life. So yeah, I knew that I could be in the Big 12. And I knew that because these Big 12 schools was recruiting me. My goal was to be in the Big 12. My dream school, crazy enough, was Texas. And Texas was actually the only school in the Big 12 that wasn't recruiting me when I was in high school. So yeah, I knew it because I had the proof. These schools were actually recruiting me. It wasn't like me hoping and wishing and all of this. I knew. So I ended up going to South Plains, and it probably was one of the best decisions I could have made. As I told y'all earlier, Texas was not even recruiting me out of high school. And I ended up, and it was my dream school, and I ended up graduating from the University of Texas. But I had no knowledge of Juco. My parents had no knowledge of Juco. And I thought the same thing. It was for people who didn't have good grades and you just wasn't good. And at the end of the day, I thought I was going to go Juco and go kill. And yeah, Juco was tough because everybody had the same goal, right? I have been to some of these Juco events. You have had the Juco Jamboree. You've had a lot of Juco events happening, and the coaches are there. That is why I say that if you are in between trying to figure out if you want to go Juco or D2, it's why I say I would go Juco. Because like I said, this past weekend, you had the Juco Jamboree, and it was full of D1 coaches. There are specific events where these D1 coaches get to see you before your season even start. We still in preseason, y'all. You don't have that at the D2 level. And that's just what I'm talking about. If you're trying to go, if the goal is D1, right? You need another opportunity. I'm going Juco. These coaches are looking for ready to play athletes. So at the end of the day, these coaches are going to get, if they got a choice between a Juco guard who has experience, have played at the college level, and a high school guard, most times they probably going to go with that Juco. You got more experience, you got older, you got stronger, you got mature. Like, they're looking at Juco players. So if you're going to a junior college, you have amp amount of opportunity to play in front of D1 coaches, as I said, before your season even starts. These D1 coaches can come to your games when your season has started, right? So at the end of the day, it's tougher competition when you're playing these JUCOs. The games were good. You're playing against other college players. You're playing and practicing with other D1 players. Most of these rosters got multiple D1 players on it. So you're practicing against other future D1 players and you're playing against them at the end of the day. I'll talk about pace. The pace from a high school, the pace from a junior college, the pace from a D2, the pace from a D1. The pace is very different at every level, right? These coaches are going to these JUCO jamborees to look for talent, to look for roster spots. As y'all know, the transfer portal is real, and these coaches never really know who's going to be on their team at the end of the day. Transfers, JUCOs are used almost as like quick fixes sometimes, because at the end of the day, these JUCO athletes got 2 years, 3 years. If they're going to JUCO and they're using their first 2 years, they got 2 years left, right? That's a quick fix. Now, there are some D1s that like to get the 4 year. They want to build. They want to have all that. But at the end of the day, they going to need some quick fixes. They going to need some of these JUCO players. They're going to need, as I said, stronger, faster, more mature, knowing that they don't have to go over certain things. Most freshmen want to come in and play. You're not going to get that at most D1s, right? JUCO events. These JUCO events are for you to showcase. Y'all, I hope y'all can't. Now I done pointed it out. Now y'all can see this nail because I definitely just pointed it out. This came from Spoons, by the way. If y'all know Spoons, if any of y'all have played Spoons, you know how competitive it gets. Spoons is a card game. Let me know in the comments if y'all have played Spoons. All right. You are about halfway through this episode. Hold on. Let me get a little closer. I need you to do me a favor. I need you to hit the subscribe button. And while you at it, hit the like button. I know I'm asking for a lot. Go ahead and share this with 2 other parents that need to hear this information. Because I'm here to help y'all, and I need y'all to help me so that I can get this information out to more people. Now back to the episode. But anyways, I feel like I'm just scatterbrained today. I'm going back and forth conversations. But yes, these JUCO These JUCO events are for you to showcase your talent. These are for you to get another opportunity. These are for you to get eyes on you. Y'all, I've been on social media and I've seen offer after offer after offer from these JUCO events. The season has not even started yet. And the offers are rolling out. There are going to be a lot of freshmen who will be able to commit after their freshman year because of the offers that they got, because of the more eyes that they got on them and the opportunities that they got. Now, let me talk to you parents for a second. Let me talk to y'all for a second. We got to get out of this. I feel like some of it is like parents don't really know and don't understand JUCO, but the other part of it, I feel like it's your ego. It's not even your athlete's ego. It's your ego. You don't want them to go JUCO because you feel like it's a step down. You feel like it's a failure. You feel like you've wasted your time and money. You feel like the academics are not that good. Like, these are the things that you feel as a parent, and you project that to your kids, to your athletes, right? It's an ego thing. Some of y'all would rather your athlete go to a D1 and be unhappy, not play, than say they at a JUCO. Some of my best experiences, best moments was at South Plains Junior College. Best moments. It was close-knit. We got to do more things. It was fun. And I got to enjoy basketball. But some of y'all just think it's just gonna look bad. Y'all, I hate to break it to you, but there are some JUCOs that got better campuses than some of these D1s. Like, dorms are better. Facilities are better. Maybe not, what's the word I'm looking for? Money. Money might not be better. That's not the word I was looking for, but that too. Money might not be better. The fan base. Sometimes close-knit, sometimes family environment is better. But I've seen some JUCO facilities. I've seen some JUCO dorms, and they are better than some of the D1s. At JUCOs, you got stream games. These JUCOs are traveling nationally, right? They're traveling nationally. As I talked about, they got specific events for JUCO. You don't get that at other levels, right? When I was at the JUCO Jamboree, baseline full of coaches. Full of coaches. At every single court, right? And as I said, games are streamed. The JUCO Jamboree was loaded with Division I players. I know it because it was multiple offers being put out. So you're gonna get a similar experience, but you're gonna be happier. You're gonna be playing, and this is for the freshmen who are unsure. This is for the freshmen who need more opportunity, who feel that they are D1 players but didn't get it, who might be on the edge, on the crisp of like going D1. You might get that late D1, right? Because we all know at the end of high school season, there are going to be some of y'all who get a D1 offer. And I'm going to be real with you. That just means they didn't get who they wanted to get. And that might be okay. You might be okay with that. That's cool. You might use that as like, all right, this is my opportunity. I don't care how I got the opportunity. This is my opportunity. If that's you, that's cool. But I do want y'all to know that they exerted all their options. And they came to you at the last minute because they did not get who they wanted. If you want to do that, that's cool. Or you can go JUCO and get more opportunities, get bigger opportunities. Your choice at the end of the day. The benefits of going JUCO. There are a lot of benefits of going JUCO. One, playing time. Court time is the best time. You get to be on the floor. I don't want to say immediate playing time, but for some it might be. But I do feel like your chances of getting on the floor is stronger at this JUCO than at the Division One, right? So you got playing time, you got maturity. You are being put in a college level program from the weights, from the court time, from the time. Now everything might be different. I mean, I said court time, from the practice time. Like it's ran. Some of y'all high schools, like I know at Duncanville, Coach Self ran her stuff like a college program. So there are some high schools that will run their stuff like a college program, but you're still not at the college level. So you just get the maturity about being by yourself, right? Having a schedule, following a schedule. It's just a little different, right? And of course, you're going to get that at every level. What's the connections? As I just said, what connections do they have? Can you see that from the schools that the previous athletes have went? Who can they tell you that they talk to? Who do they send kids to? What's the connections? Level of competition. What is South Plains? I always get Region 5 and 14 confused because I feel like that's what we always talk about. We are Region... Let me see. What is South Plains? Is South Plains Region 14? Yes, I think so. What is South Plains region? Let's see. What is South Plains region? How I don't even know my own school region. Okay. That didn't pull up. South Plains Junior College region. Let's see, y'all. I want to say I'm 14 though, but I want to make sure I give y'all the right. Oh, okay. 5. So I was opposite. I feel like Kilgore them, maybe they 14. But anyways, Region 5. I feel like Region 5, Region 14 are some of the best. And I'm talking about specifically in Texas. And if you go to a different region, that don't mean it's bad. Because I know schools in other regions that are also putting kids in school. But what is the level of competition? What events is the school playing in any JUCO jamborees, any JUCO showcases, right? What is the level of competition? Academic support, right? As we all know, there are some schools, and you might not know, but there are some schools that would just throw you in some classes just to throw you in some classes, and they don't transfer. You need to make sure your credits transfer to the next level, or you're going to be mad. You're going to spend time at these JUCOs taking these bull classes that don't translate. They don't transfer. So when you're ready to go to this D1 school and you got to take them all over again, or better yet, you don't even have enough credits. Now, that's the one. You don't have enough credits to even be able to move on. So you need to make sure that these coaches, these schools are putting you in the right classes and you're not just taking bull classes just to pass, just to make sure you stay eligible. No, that's not what we're doing. And you need to make sure that it is a coach that cares about your goals. If your goal is to be one and done, be honest about that. Be realistic about that. Talk to your coach and see what they think about that. If they feel that can happen, because there are some JUCOs who don't want one and done. They want you there for 2 years. So, and if they are being selfish, because I'm going to call it selfish, and only wanting to hold you for 2 years when you can be a one and done, listen, that might not be the school for you. So you need to make sure that you're honest about your goals. You talk to your coach. Make sure your coach cares about your goals and what you're trying to accomplish. And make sure it's realistic. Like I said, have the conversation with the coach. The coach going to be able to tell you, hey, like, that's possible. Or, we need to see how it go, but it might be a 2-year thing, right? But you have to be honest. You need to make sure that these coaches know about you. How to make sure that these coaches know about you, whether that's marketing yourself or whatever. Film Film content is king. Have the footage. As I just said, be realistic with these coaches. If these JUCO coaches are calling you and at the end of the day, it's not like you not going there, or you feel that you're not going there, then say that. Don't be like me and just ignore the coaches, because that's what I did that. I'm honest, I did do that. And I was ignoring Coach Lovato. I didn't even, if she wasn't finna get the time of my day. Don't do that, y'all. All right. I'm glad that I still got relationships with Coach Lovato. I still kept all relationships, but answer the phone for these coaches. Talk to these coaches. Be honest with them. You can let a coach know, like, hey, like, my goal is Division 1. That's where I'm trying to go. I would love to keep this relationship, but that is my goal. And let the coaches figure out if they want to keep recruiting you or if they want to move on to another kid. But don't string them along and don't ignore them. And that was my thing of what not to do. Don't ignore these coaches, because you never know where that coach might end up at the end of the day. That coach might be at a Juco. Coach Lovato was at Grayson. Then she was at Trinity Valley. My girl is at the University of Texas. She was at Ole Miss. You never know where these coaches will be at the end of the day. So make sure you keep those relationships tight. Y'all, I hope I was able to give y'all some information about JUCOs. I hope that you take it serious when anybody's recruiting you. JUCO, D3, D2, it don't matter. Like, be grateful that somebody is recruiting you. For my athletes, my 26s, I've talked to a lot of parents, a lot of athletes within these last few months of what should I do? What should I do? I hope this episode helps you. Like, if you have had some interest at the Division 1 level, if you strongly feel like you can compete at the D1 level, bet on yourself and go JUCO. Because at the end of the day, the D2 will still be there. Any of these schools will still be there after you go JUCO. If you want to go ahead and get to a school and be there for 4 years, go D2. There's no wrong way. But I will say that it's better to go JUCO if you're chasing, if you want that D1 dream and you feel that you realistically can get it because of the proof. As I told y'all earlier, I knew that I can get to the D1 level because these D1 schools were recruiting me. I tore my ACL. They went on to another school, to other athletes. But I knew it based off of the interest. So if you've been getting interest from the D1s and you didn't get the offer, it might be a great opportunity for you to go JUCO and do your research. Ask the right questions. Vet out these JUCOs. Take visits. And it might be the best decision that you made. Listen, I need y'all to drop your takeaways from this episode. What were some of your takeaways? Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. We on the go to 3,000. We are almost there. 3,000 by the end of this month, and we are almost there. Send this episode out to a parent, to an athlete that needs to hear it. And you already know what I'm going to say. If you ain't following the page on Instagram, I don't know what you're doing. Follow the page. It's just different pod.
Thank you for staying to the very end. For that, I got a gift for you. You see, I'm always indifferent, and you can be indifferent too. It's just different. Apparel.com. Use code podcast to get 15% off. And if you did not like and subscribe, go ahead and do that.